Welcome to the Faith Portal YouTube channel.
Welcome to the Faith Portal YouTube channel.
Welcome to the Faith Portal. I am David, and this is a journey of faith. Walk with Elijah and Eden as we discover God's truth, His promises, and His light. Let your heart be strengthened, and let your faith be renewed.
Throughout history, God has chosen the most unlikely people to save nations. One man hid in fear, another stood in unstoppable strength. Both were called deliverers, and both would learn the same lesson. This is Gideon, beating wheat in secret, afraid to be seen. And suddenly, God speaks to him where he least expects it. Gideon says, "My clan is the weakest, and I am the least of all." But God answers doubt with undeniable fire. Fearful yet obedient, Gideon takes his first dangerous step of faith. Still uncertain, Gideon asks God for a sign. And once again, God patiently answers. 32,000 soldiers stand ready, but God says, too many. 22,000 leave, and Gideon's fear returns. Only 300 remain, exactly as God planned. Even the enemy senses something terrifying is coming. Now confident, Gideon rises as the leader God always saw. Not with swords, but with faith, fire, and obedience. God turns confusion into victory without Gideon lifting a blade. The weakest man becomes a conqueror by trusting God completely. Samson was born strong, chosen before his first breath. But strength without obedience always leads to danger. He celebrates among enemies, ignoring the call on his life. His power brings destruction, but not deliverance. God's strength still moves through him despite his recklessness.
You are on a journey of faith, and this is the Faith Portal. If this message is touching your heart, please like, subscribe, and comment below. Now, let's continue together as we walk deeper into God's Word.
Then comes Delilah, the temptation Samson never escapes. Day after day, manipulation wears down even the strongest man. With one quiet moment, his secret is betrayed. Samson rises, but God's strength is gone. The mighty warrior becomes helpless without resistance. His pride leads him into darkness, literally. Broken, blind, and enslaved, Samson finally learns humility. Mocked by enemies, he is led to his final moment. And there, Samson prays for the first time in surrender. God answers, not to restore pride, but to fulfill purpose. In weakness, Samson becomes a true deliverer. One feared his weakness, the other trusted his strength. Today, many of us see only our flaws, but God sees potential where we see failure. My grace is sufficient for you, for power is perfected in weakness. Students, parents, dreamers, all feeling overwhelmed. And yet, strengthened by faith, they rise. Because God doesn't remove weakness, He redeems it. This story is not about heroes. It's about what happens when weakness meets God's strength. Maybe today, God is calling you right where you are. Like Gideon and Samson, your story isn't over. Because God still uses unlikely heroes. Subscribe and continue the journey of faith with us. When you feel weakest, that's when God is strongest.
Thank you for walking this journey with us. Remember, faith opens the way and God lights the path. Until next time, stay strong, stay faithful, and keep walking through the Faith Portal.